Hey, I like your new look. Fancy bug?
It wouldn't hurt you to do the same.
As the much-anticipated special Miraculous World Paris finally airs, we are left on the edge of our seats as we watch our two favorite heroes fight back against alternate versions of themselves through surprising twists and turns. Making his debut is an unexpected new hero, Betterfly, here to help our heroes fight off against the newly introduced villains Shadybug and Claw Noir. The newest installment of Miraculous World provided new universes, characters, and concepts to explore. The Miraculous Ladybug franchise now has plenty of room to grow as it starts with the unforgettable events from the Paris special. That's why in today's video, we will review every critical moment from the very beginning to the end.
How come the Supreme never told us that merging our Kwamis would grant us any wish we wanted?
The episode kicks off with the familiar face of Gabriel Agreste, who in this alternate universe still uses the power of the Butterfly Miraculous, but this time to help the Resistance fight against the evil Shadybug and Claw Noir. Gabriel, under the name of Betterfly, uses the powers of his Kimikos, which are the positive counterparts of Akumas, to try to bring peace to his world. As we meet with his second-in-command and another familiar face, we see Alia, who quickly accepts the powers of the Kimiko which Betterfly offers her to transform herself into Ubiquity. Granting herself the power to open a portal between both worlds, Gabriel quickly realizes they've run out of time, and the only way to save their world is to find another Ladybug and Cat Noir. With no time to lose, Betterfly steps through the portal and into the room of Marinette. He helps her escape the villains, but they waste no time following him through the portal. Once safely atop the Eiffel Tower, Betterfly goes on to explain that in his universe, the holders of the Ladybug and Cat Miraculous had taken their Miraculous from the Supreme, who had stolen every Miraculous for himself and used them to control their entire world. Before he can explain any more, the evil lookalikes find them, fighting against Betterfly to steal his Miraculous, as Marinette struggles to decide whom to help. Seeing both alternate holders using their powers without stopping, Tiki informs her that while it is indeed possible for her to do so, such reckless use of powers comes with great sacrifices. Because of this, she decides to trust the wielder of the Butterfly Miraculous and promptly transforms into Ladybug to jump into action. However, Shadybug and Claw Noir aren't afraid to fight back, cornering the two heroes as they use their powers relentlessly without needing to stop or rest. It doesn't take much for Ladybug and Betterfly to become overpowered by the two villains, seemingly facing their defeat. Luckily for them, Cat Noir isn't far behind as he quickly comes to their rescue, helping all of them escape. With their evil counterparts retreating, it gives the three heroes time to regroup, seeking shelter underground, as Betterfly tells the story of how his world became a dark comparison to the Paris we know and love. He explains how, in their parallel universe, all Miraculouses have been seized by the Supreme, as he chooses their holders to keep control and power over everyone else. As it turns out, Gabriel is one of the lucky ones the Supreme chose as a holder. However, after using his power for evil, he soon realizes that what the Supreme forced them to do is wrong, and steals the Butterfly Miraculous for himself to join the rebellion in the fight against the Supreme and his loyalists. As the scene returns to Marinette's room, we can see the two villains trying to decide what to do next and how to succeed at taking the Butterfly Miraculous back to their universe. After an argument with her partner, Shadybug begins searching Marinette's room for information and stumbles upon her diary. Inside, she quickly realizes they're both the same behind the mask, but that our Marinette has the life she couldn't have. With happy memories and surrounded by the people who love her, her mood quickly turns from that of an abrasive villain to the sad girl hiding under the mask, revealing for the first time the similarities both evil and good Marinette share. Before closing the book, Shadybug learns that Marinette also happened to be the guardian of the Miracle Box in her universe, and therefore, knew information about the Kwamis Shadybug never could. Written in the pages are the secrets of the Ladybug and Cat Miraculous and how, when joined together, they form Gimme, a powerful god who has the power to bring any wish to life, with an equal sacrifice. Surprised, Shadybug quickly steals her partner's Miraculous, attempting to combine them to make her one wish. As she transforms into Marinette, we see the consequences of overusing her powers, as dark veins spread up her neck. Forcing Tiki and Plague to reveal themselves to her, she attempts to form Gimme. However, without the Supreme's permission, she is unable to do so and instead is forced to give up and return the Cat Miraculous to Adrien, who we can now see has also suffered the consequences of his uncontrolled powers.
Tiki, Plague, reveal yourselves! Why fight to get a better life?
Feeling their hatred and sadness, Monarch quickly joins the battle with the new villains, promising to grant them their wish if they agree to bring him Ladybug and Cat Noir's Miraculous. Without hesitation, the two villains agree to help, following him back into the streets of Paris, as together they form the perfect plan to capture the three heroes. Now returned and ready to fight, Cat Noir and Ladybug follow Betterfly's plan by purposefully falling for Monarch's trap, attacking the enlarged evil versions of themselves who are nothing more than an illusion, made from wielding tricks. As the real Claw Noir and Shadybug attack them from their hiding spots, Their plan comes to light as the two villains separate and continue using their powers repeatedly against their opponents. As their fight continues, Ladybug becomes cornered and, with one final attempt to win, calls on her lucky charm, watching as a mirror falls into her hands. Initially confused, it becomes clear that the only thing that can stop the two villains from winning is themselves. As her guard drops and she starts to open up, Ladybug reminds her evil counterpart that they are the same and, through a heartfelt conversation, reminds Shadybug that even if her fight becomes difficult, it's always worth fighting. She explains that the only difference between them is that while Shadybug has given up hope, Ladybug never does, and even under her mask, she faces every problem with a smile and optimism. Hearing her words, Shadybug decides to listen and realizes that Ladybug was right, and the only person who could save her from the misery in her world was herself. In the fight between Cat Noir and Claw Noir, our hero realizes the same and stops himself from fighting back. Instead, he tells his alternate self that he understands his pain because, under his mask, he is also Adrien Agreste. Through a heartwarming speech about both learning to let go of grief and relying on those around you, Claw Noir finally steps down as both Shadybug and Claw Noir finally realize the importance of helping the resistance and how to hold on to hope. Now reunited again, the two redeemed villains agree to fight back against the Supreme, holding the Miraculous hostage and turning their world into a version as good as Ladybug and Cat Noir's. With Alia joining them again, she helps in the only way she can, by turning back into ubiquity, opening up the portal between both worlds to allow the three to return home. However, before they can do so, Monarch uses the power for himself, taking power from Oriko, to open a portal with the intention of taking the Miraculouses from any Ladybug and Cat Noir he encounters in any universe, until he has what he needs to make his wish. In order to stop him, Ladybug uses a Kamiko to turn into Ladybiquity, to follow Hawkmoth into every universe, helping other versions of Ladybug and Cat Noir fight back until eventually Monarch gives up and returns to their reality. With Monarch back where he belongs, the three heroes are finally able to return home, and after a short but heartfelt farewell, they enter the portal, determined to change their world for the better. As the newest special comes to an ending, we are happy to see a newly inspired Ladybug and Cat Noir, reminded now of all the good they do each day and how important saving their Paris is. Even though she lost the Miracle Box, Marinette is determined not to give up hope. She keeps fighting for her future and the future of their entire world. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.